Hello and welcome to Makala's Makala podcast channel. Makala, meaning branches, Kasisuthu. My name is Amanda Masondo and I'm your host. We hope this podcast finds a way to impact, educate, and inspire your next. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Buzzsprout. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Hikima Council's podcast channel, the Makala podcast. My name is Amanda Masondo and I'm your host. And as per usual, please like and subscribe so that you can be part of the culture, you can be part of the system, part of the growth that encourages entrepreneurs to thrive and to explore new territories. My guest today, as per usual, we're giving you the best of the best seasoned guests in their various spheres. My guest today is Nono Skosana. She is the lady behind Nono events. She's everywhere. TV, adverts, series. We literally watch her every day, whether you know it or not. Nono, welcome.
Thank you. that intro. Oh,
did you see?
Oh my word.
Did I lie?
No.
There we go.
No, but okay.
Say less. No, you're everywhere, but it didn't always start off that way. Talk us through your background, your history. Where did it all start for you?
Sure. Okay, Nono. I'm an attorney by profession. So I was in corporate. I was head of legal and compliance in one of our big banks in the country. And then I attended a friend's party where I saw beautiful decorations there, something that I liked. So that's what started the whole event thing. I mean, what can you say? Like, it did something, for me. And I thought to myself, you know what, let me just try out this thing and see where it takes me. So it was more of a weekend kind of a gig. Event. So I thought I would be able to juggle my legal profession and the event space at the same time, but the company just grew too fast and then I had to take a break from my legal profession and take this route. So I'm on that break,
Oh, you thought you could chance the gig economy.
Yes.
It was multitasking. Wow.
Yes.
But where were you born and raised, essentially?
I was born in Vosloorus. That's where I did my schooling, and then I went to the University of the North. That's where I studied my law, and then came back and did my articles in Joburg, and then moved to Pretoria, where I'm currently at now.
Sure. Do you think there was a moment in your journey where you think was the tipping point where you decided entrepreneurship, or was it always just you stumbled over it? It went from I'm doing events.
To be quite honest, it was stumbling, that one, because my career was law, and I've been practicing in that space for, I think it was more than 10 years when I took the break that I took now to grow this one, this event business.
Sure. So now we are law in events.
Yes.
If you can describe entrepreneurship, knowing what you know now, whether you stumbled on it, yes, but you're in it now and it's been a couple of years now, you can call yourself a seasoned professional. How would you describe entrepreneurship?
It's been 12 years now. Is it 12 or 13? Yeah, that's where I am now on events.
That's a teenager.
It's not easy. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not easy, but you need to love what you do to be able to be where I am, and obviously, you don't sleep, especially in this business that we are doing. There's no break. It's hard work, but it's fun in its own time. I guess entrepreneurship is, how can I describe it? It's the love. You need to love what you're doing to be able to be in that situation. So whatever business you're thinking of, don't go into the business because you think there's money in it or whatever. Find something that you really love. Maybe money will follow you. Money follow me. Let's hope money will follow us all.
So now, let's talk through Nono Events product offering, right, and service offering. I walk into Nono Events. What am I getting? What kind of the things that you offer?
Okay, Nono Events, sure. We are all rounder. So what happens is when you come to us, it's either you come and hire and you go and do your own decor yourself, or you come and then we do everything for you, decoration and everything. Hence, other people who does events are able to come and hire the stuff from us because we have the furniture, we have the tents, we have all those things. And then in terms of what we can do for you as well, we do weddings, we do parties, we do even funerals, unveilings, baby showers, corporate, you can name it. So any event, no event is small, no event is big. We do everything.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I remember that you started off by outsourcing your furniture, right? And then you transitioned into making your own furniture.
Yeah. So what happened is, at the beginning, we obviously bought few so that we can just start the business. I think it was like 20 or 30 seater, just so that we can start this business. So what happened is I bought that furniture and then I did a small party for my sister-in-law, and then we took pictures and then we advertised and then people saw what we were doing and then we started getting business. Obviously, more business, bigger businesses. So we started hiring, especially when we started doing weddings, which was not something that we were doing. I think it started with the client that we did a party for, and then the client said, please, I have a wedding coming. And then
you didn't start off with weddings?
No, it was small parties. So I thought I'll just do that, hiring of the furniture and doing small parties, and then so that I can continue with my legal, obviously, profession on the other side. So that client wanted us to do a wedding for her, and then she said she'll hire the Tiffany's, because it was Tiffany's then, and other stuff so that we can do decoration for her. And then she did that, and then we did the decoration and everything, and we advertised, and then boom, people were looking for weddings, deco and stuff from us. So we started hiring out the stuff so that we can do, obviously, those weddings.
Yeah.
So until we hired a lot, we saw what is it that we're hiring every weekend, if you understand what I mean. So that's what we started then, this thing, because we're hiring it every weekend, then let's buy this one. But we didn't go out and just buy everything. So we bought everything on demand until we got to where we are now.
Yeah. Obviously, if you're now making your own furniture, you're tapping into the manufacturing sector now, right? So talk us through that journey. What's some of the bottlenecks, some of the difficulties, or some of the things that you thought were actually quite easy that you didn't expect that you went through going through that space?
I think what got us to do that, we started with, when you have these chairs, they are blue.
Yeah.
Maybe we bought 100 of these chairs, like normal chairs on the tables, and then next week another client wants the same chairs but in pink, for instance. So that's where this thing, we started changing the seats. Yeah, that's how we started, so that you don't have to buy the same chairs with 10 different colors. So rather buy the same one chair and then the other, and then you can just change the color. So that's how the manufacturing started. And then that's how we saw it, and then we saw that we could do other things as well. So it came into, and then it's easier as well, and it's better because then you're different. So you bring in new things that are not there, that they cannot even find in the shops as well.
But were there any issues that you found? Did you have to now find yourself a manufacturing space? Like, was it just a seamless progression, or were some of the things?
Definitely not. The space is a problem, and it's still a problem because you get a bigger space, you continue manufacturing, then the space becomes smaller every time you need. Even now we are busy with that. I mean, trying to get a bigger space of our own as well, because the space is a problem now. Yeah. Because we're manufacturing almost every week. Other things as well, depending on the need.
Do you now have to sell your stuff as well?
We sell, we used to, before COVID, every January we would advertise the resale of old stuff, but things became slower because of COVID, so we stopped that a little bit, but it looks like we might be going back to that. Where you sell old stuff to make
new stuff. You mentioned COVID, so let's talk about it. COVID brought about different dynamics to the world of entrepreneurship, right? It changed some of the product offering that you were offering. Tell us more about that.
I feel COVID was worse for us.
Yeah.
The events.
Because there were not any events,
Yeah, because events brings people together, and COVID, you know what, you're supposed to be apart, kind of a thing. So that's why we were the last, obviously, I think we were the last people to go back to work, if I remember very well. But we managed to tap into the funeral space. That's what kept us going during the hard times. So hence now we are doing funerals, which is something that started during COVID, which is something that we were not doing at all. Now we're doing fancy funerals, which was, the funerals were done by funeral parlors with the normal tents, plastic chairs. But now people are going big.
And they want more. So some of the partnership, obviously we speak a lot on this channel about collaboration and having to speak to each other as entrepreneurs in various sectors in order to get up to a better mission, right? What are some of the collaborations that you've had to now inquire in the funeral space, a space that you were never in? What was some of the legwork that you had to do there?
Obviously, those are the funeral parlors, because they also now have to offer, you know, the high-end kind of decors.
Is it because now, is it Nono coming now? Are you putting pressure on the funeral parlors?
So we came in, we're collaborating in that space where if the client wants, you know, the high end, but if they just the normal ones, obviously they are proceeding, but if they want the high end, then they would rope us in to come and
to help them, give them je ne sais quoi, just a little spice.
Because they've seen it somewhere, so obviously.
Everywhere on TV.
Yeah, everywhere, I guess. Yeah.
Let's talk about branding, right? Your industry is quite vast, and it's a big industry with a lot of people thinking they can do it, right? But there's a lot to be said about how you've managed to brand your brand. Nono events, whether you living under a rock or not, you've seen it somewhere, one way or another. Talk us through what you had to do to sort of master that kind of concept for your brand.
I feel my business actually grew more through word of mouth. Now, how you treat your client is very important, because she or he will tell the next person, just like that. So make sure you treat them very well. Just because the client has already paid and everything is done doesn't mean it's done. It's not done. That person is the next client. He or she's gonna give you the next client. Family, friends. If somebody is talking on a, you know, somewhere on a party or something, saying, I need somebody to do this for me.
Yes.
Yeah, that person will, you know, confidently say Nono events or something like that. So that's how it grew until the times of Instagram, and so those ones are helping now as well. But we started before those.
I think so.
Then,
your tip for branding is still the basics. Word of mouth.
Word of mouth, guys. It's the one. Yeah.
So I remember a time where, you know, looking for things for venues or things for events that one was trying to do, and I'd find that people were using your photos. People were using your photos in showing their catalog. We can do this, but because obviously at the time I already knew you. So I'm sitting there just like, I wonder if
you know, when they say I can do this, something else, but when they come and say this is my work, is another thing as well, and that happens, and you cannot stop that. It happens. It has.
So there's no IP thing that you can.
You know what? Then you're gonna go to court every day. Obviously, they know what they're doing is wrong. We try, and some of the photos, sometimes we try and brand them or whatever, but they would crop. They would do this. You know, it's a lot that's been done. So if you're gonna keep on that space trying to, you know, get people to stop using their photos, you're not gonna win that battle. Maybe look at it as maybe there's something that you're doing which is good.
Yeah. Take it as a compliment.
As a compliment.
But we can't take a compliment to the bank.
The problem is, the problem is when they lie and say,
I did this.
Yeah.
That's
the problem. But sometimes people do find out afterwards, no, this wasn't, but it's late. And then there was a client who came and said, you need to sue this person. You know, they gave me this and they said, this is your work, and they work with you. They said they work with me.
Oh.
And then they didn't produce what they promised. So the client obviously was angry.
Ladies and gentlemen, verify, call Nono events. You see, and then verify your suppliers, because now you're gonna have a problem, because then the Tiffany chairs are not Tiffanying, and
in this day and age as well, I mean, people go around doing there was someone who actually impersonated me as well. He used my photo and said, no, you know, like there's a photo my photo on Facebook as well. So people need to be very careful as well of such things.
Verify. Yeah. Sure. Okay, so we've spoken about the headwinds, some of the difficulties that we're going through as a country economically. We talked about COVID-19 being an obstacle. What are some of the things that you say are still really bright sparks in the sector of entrepreneurship that still it's worthwhile getting into it? Because
isn't it finances maybe? Because when you want to start a business, the first thing I guess is money.
Yeah.
You need that. So I guess
there is money. Is what you're saying.
So assistance is needed out there.
Yeah.
So I was lucky because I was in the legal space. I was working, so I didn't. That's another thing people need to stop doing. You know, resigning from your work, taking your pension, and going and buy furniture, and then sitting with that furniture. No work, you resigned, you know. So I didn't resign. I did not take my pension money and do all those things. So I was working at that time. I left my work because now it was becoming impossible because the work was too much this side as well. So I had to come and grow this baby. Yeah. So it was already grown a bit. Maybe.
So just the basics of starting a business, right? Did you find, obviously because you're an attorney, I assume starting the business, stuff like the registering your business, all that stuff was seamless to you because you had the information. Yeah. But for people who don't, where would you say they should start?
So it's easy. I think these days it's actually easy to start a business because everything is just on a click of a button in a way. Even registering a company doesn't even take you a month to do that. It's easy, so if you don't have the info, you know what, try and find out, you know where to, first of all, you know where to register a business. Just get the proper information, make sure that you're not getting scammed. That's the most important thing because that is very rife at the moment.
Yeah. And then when we talk about the industry and its worth, it's $1 billion rand kind of business, right? Are we tapping into it? Do you think there's enough of us, or is it just big corporates that are getting into that space and making that kind of money? Or do you think it's still open to all of us?
Are we talking about the events or just
events specifically?
Hey, events, everybody's there now. You do a wedding today, the following day the person is doing events as well.
The person who wasn't even looking at it.
There's actually a lot of us. A lot of us. Hence I said go into it because you love the business. But I think there's a big cake out there. I mean, there's a slice for everyone. I think it's working. It's not just the big companies. I think everybody, if you work hard, there's something out there for you.
Let's talk about getting into a space where there needs to be quite a lot of collaboration, right? We spoke about that before. Have you seen yourself having to outsource other companies, or are you still just Nono events, or is there some kind of like a training academy?
No.
Maybe I'm just giving you an idea now.
No, the thing is, so I think the thing about us is that we don't do like one wedding at a time. And if there's a need for more, we do.
Yeah.
I mean, before COVID, we do 6, 7, whatever, you know, at the same time. So there will be a need where maybe, okay, you need extra chairs of the same kind. Maybe you have 100 on these chairs, and then there's a client who needs like 150 or something like that, and you have a lot of weddings that we can. So yes, there's people that we have
that you can outsource for.
Yeah.
Sure, that's reassuring. But maybe like academy so you set that up. Maybe I'll speak to Nono after this, and maybe we can collaborate on something because growth is important, and we need to empower our youth.
No, we definitely do.
100%. COVID did something else. COVID also opened up opportunities for us to maximize the digital space. Where were you before COVID in terms of digital space, and what did it do post?
I think I'm in the same place. I think the only thing that changed for us, was going into funerals, I think.
Yeah.
Other than that, really, I think we are still at the same place.
So social media, what were you guys doing? Were you posting more because now you had...
No, but during COVID, there was not much to post. So we were posting less than we would post before. Like I said, before COVID, we would do 7, 6 weddings one weekend, something like that. But now, you'd find that one weekend you do one wedding and parties.
Yeah.
A number of parties. Yeah. So it's not the same. People, I think, I don't know whether it was COVID that in a way opened their eyes to say, you know what, you don't have to do a big wedding. You can do an intimate one. Or you can just go to Home Affairs and sign kind of thing. Yeah. The weddings are not the same as they were before. But maybe they're coming back.
Guys, wait. But obviously people weren't able to. Obviously before you said in the beginning that word of mouth was the means in which you got most of your clients, but now they were not seeing you and can't recommend you. So I'm wondering if maybe you saw an uptick in people just finding suddenly your website was doing more than it used to. Suddenly now people
are COVID. Maybe because we're the ones who started with these funeral things and then just went
from there.
Others as well.
And I mean, we saw that those funerals first on TV, so where else were we going to see them?
Yeah, I guess.
No better influence and no better influencership than TV.
The thing is, we do, I guess another thing, other than funerals, we do productions, TV productions. So that's another space that kept us going as well.
Yeah. Tell us about that. Tell us about how you got into that, the story behind that.
How did I got into that? I think the first one was the Fergusons.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
They just called. They needed deco for their show. And then after that, other productions, I think they saw.
And everybody just started calling because
they realized that we can do.
Yeah.
The thing is, production is not the same as like doing a wedding or doing a party. It's different. So I guess once they realize that, this company does production, so they would understand that we would understand how it is on set. Yeah, because you don't just set up and leave like that. So things are moved around this way. You do this. It's more of a day's job than just setting up and going home kind of a thing.
And I can assume that it makes their lives also easier. Then they know that
for
the
somebody
crops,
who understands,
the crops are also just sorted out. I just give you a directive of this is what I'm looking for, and you execute, and we're done.
You don't have to explain to somebody who doesn't understand what happens in productions. So it helps.
Customer service.
Yes.
It is basically your business. It's how you interact with people and how you, first of all, give us a sense of who you think your customer is. If you can give us, if we're about to give some statistics, who roughly is your customer base, right? And then just talk to us about how your relation with your customers.
Customer base. Anyone.
Everywhere.
Yeah, that's my customer because
young,
I do young, old, white, black, colored, whatever. So hence I said we are all rounder.
Yeah.
So if you come and you want to propose to someone, 2-seater outside, we do that. If somebody after you left, somebody comes for 1,000 seater, we do that as well. So anyone, everybody, that's us.
And do you remember an event that you can say was the most bizarre that you thought, really? Consistent analysis? And then you were like, I mean, you did it.
People thought the dog funeral was bizarre.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, to us, I don't know.
Or you didn't say, event, no worries.
Yeah, what?
We can do it. What do you need?
Yes,
you didn't see anything bizarre.
So condolences. Do you understand? Yeah. So it's just another one, yeah. Okay. But people really thought it was bizarre. It was trending. Yeah.
Let's talk more about you, right? A lot of running a business comes with having to understand money, right? Mm-hmm. What is your relationship with money?
People say I'm stingy. Maybe that helps.
Why is it my employees when no events?
No, those ones won't say that.
So stingy?
Maybe stingy. I don't know. It's just people say that, so, but I don't know. But yeah, so I guess when you run a business, you need to remember that you can't spend as you get. Do you understand? Like you can't use it for yourself. You need to know that when the money comes in, you need to spend it on the growth of that particular company.
Yeah.
So you need to be focused and realize what you want and have a vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But growing up, how was your interaction with money? Were you the kind of person or bigger eat lunch money for the week, or how did you interact with money?
How was I, Vel?
That's because that's the little foundation things that we don't think about.
I don't know. Why can't I?
Sweet.
My sister used to do that. I didn't.
Did you eat her profit? All of these things tell us who you are.
I think I started working at a young age.
Yeah.
Because even when I was it matric? I think after matric I was working. Yeah. After matric I started working. I think I worked at Jet.
Yes.
Is Jet still there?
It's still there.
Yeah, I worked at Jet. And then when I started at Varsity, I used to work, during holidays, Monday to Friday, that's me at Jet. No, Monday to Friday at attorney's office.
Yes.
Saturday, Sunday at Jet.
So
there was no break. That's how much I wanted to make that money. So yeah, me and money. Now I see it. Yeah.
And
there was no break. So I'm supposed to be home because university is closed at that time. But Monday to Sunday I'm working. So yeah.
Yikes.
That was me.
First paycheck, what did we do with it?
My mother took it. Don't you know what happens? The locations there.
I mean, everybody has a different story. Maybe they said take 10%.
So do you know that?
Of course that's the.
Yes, I know. So let's leave it at that.
Okay, second one.
I don't know. Hey, what did I do? Who knows? Maybe I actually spent it on them again, but I don't know. But you are it, guys. I'm old. I can't remember. I'm really old.
Are you?
Yes. How old am I?
Continuing on your journey, is there anything that you feel that you would change from where you started to where you are? The things that you think, this one I could have just skipped the stage and done this one. Anything that you would change at all?
I don't think so. Okay. Someone would say I wouldn't have gone into the law space. Maybe I wouldn't have studied law. Maybe I would have studied what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
But I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think I got where I am because I met the people that I met through what I was doing then. And I know what I know because of my experiences.
Yes.
Yeah. So I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it. And anyway, my law profession still helps me in a way where I am now. So I would study law again. Yeah.
Study law, get into entrepreneurship. I love it for you because that is your this is great.
Anyway, it's not like when you leave the law profession and go into the events, you lost your I can always go back.
Yeah.
Like when I left it, I said, okay, I'm taking a break. I'm going to go this one. I mean, if I want to go back, I can always go back. I still have my degree. I'm still admitted at tennis. So
yeah, but also I'm sure you still utilize it. I mean, if there's ever a time when you have employees now, drawing up contracts, all this kind of stuff, it's still something that you use on a daily
basis.
So ara waste mama, ne? At home,
no, mama,
they know
don't waste their money. It's really being utilized, so they must rest assured.
100%. So is it something that you would recommend that maybe the country looks at installing some kind of or adding some kind of entrepreneurship as a lesson, as a class, as a subject at school?
Isn't there?
I mean, in varsity level, I think there's starting to be some, but
so maybe they can add, I think there is like business, what in the technicons and stuff like that. And kids these days, that's what they go for, business, even though they don't know what they want to do, but they say, I want to study business, I want to study that. Yeah, so it's there, I think it's there.
But should it be at a younger age?
Maybe at school.
Because if people are selling sweets in grade 1,
No, they are. Yeah. Yes, they do. So maybe at schools, not at the tertiary level. I think that might just help, because some people's relationship with money, maybe they need that, lesson at school,
Let's talk about giving, obviously this is an entrepreneurship that is catered for and to the entrepreneur, right? If there are things, 5 or more, 3 or more, that you can say are tips that you feel like, if you can do this, you are already on track to start something special as an entrepreneur.
So for people who want to
start entrepreneurship,
business,
I
always feel you need to start somewhere. Don't just leave school and say, I don't want to work for anyone. I want to open my own business. Maybe the experience of working somewhere, understanding and being an employee yourself, when you are an employer, it does help. That experience. So that's something people need to think about. I'm not saying that's for everyone, but for me, I think it does work. I mean, I was an employee before I was an employer. So somehow there's certain things that you take with you, and how you treat your staff as well. I think it would come from your work, you as an employee's experiences as well. So you would do things better, things like that. So it will help. You said 5 things.
At least 3.
Where am I?
3. You had 1.
Where am I right now? Okay, I'm at 1. After explaining so much. Okay. And then money obviously is very important. You need to, maybe that business thing you were talking about. I didn't study business. Maybe it's just who I am. Wasteful spending is just, it's just not the thing. And remember that when you start a business as well, don't expect profits at the beginning, because people then start charging money, wanting profits at the start. So it doesn't work like that. So you need to remember, it's like growing a tree. Like you need to water it, until you are able to get some fruits out of it. That's number 2.
1 more. We're making progress.
Okay, go into the business that you really love. Just make sure that you don't just get into any business because it looks fancy out there, because those people are meeting celebrities or whatever, Go into that business that you really love, then you have a future in it.
So that being said, I'm always debating with people if everyone is an entrepreneur. Some people think entrepreneurs are made. Some of them think entrepreneurs are born. What's your philosophy on that? Do you think anyone can be an entrepreneur?
Hard work. I think if you work very hard, if you work hard for it, yes, you can be.
Anyone.
And if you have a good relationship with money as well, you'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
So I think, I don't know about being born entrepreneur and all that, but I think if you go into something that you really like and you work hard, you don't expect the business to just run itself, or just because they say that business is easy. Events looks easy from outside, hence a lot of people are going to, because you know what, it might look easy because that's one business where you can start actually without any capital as well, because you can just open a company and then advertise, and then when people come, you go to Nono, you hire the furniture, you pay Nono, and you start getting your profit like that until you have enough, and then you buy your own stuff if you want to buy your own stuff. Because buying stuff as well, in this business, you need to decide whether you want to have stuff or you want to be, because having the stuff as well has its own downside, because there's insurances, there's stuff, there's property where you're supposed to, rentals, there's a lot of things. So if you don't have it, then you don't have those things, those expenses. So that's another, it's easy. So you can have that business and just not have any, not even a spoon, but it will still run. As long as you know how to run it.
Sure. I've actually never heard it described like that. Okay. How would you describe your leadership style? Or Suza abantu baseno.
How's my leadership style, man? I don't treat myself as a boss. Hence, a lot of people don't even know who I am. Even when I'm at events, you will not even tell Uti that's the owner of the business. Even my staff understands that. That's why sometimes if somebody comes asking about something at that event, the person who's the supervisor at that event will take over and take charge and speak. They will not say, go to this. No, they never even do that. That person would come there and even leave without even knowing that Nono was there. So I treat my staff like my family, and that's how we started, and that's how we've continued all the years. We respect each other. They understand. Yes, they understand who I am, and they understand what their work is. I think we have a good thing going. We have a good relationship. They understand what they need to do, what I need to do.
And it's been enough years now, so you've studied each other.
Yes, and a lot of them started with the company. So the newcomers, as they come, they see how we do things, and they obviously have to change. So that's how it has worked all those years.
How many employees do you have now?
I think around 30 or close to 30, somewhere there.
And we started with?
I started with one, because the other ones were just helping out. My brothers were just helping out. And there was this one guy, Steven, who's still with the company even today. A lot of people know him.
Sure, that is incredible.
He's been there forever.
So, tail end of our conversation, what is next for Nono events? Are you going to list on the JSC? Are we going to the UK? What are we doing?
That would be nice. I mean, if somebody from the UK comes and say, I want to. Well, they do come, but we do their events here. I mean, we talk to the people who are in the UK, the US, almost every week, whenever. But they always say, okay, find me a venue like the venue around here, stuff like that. But if one day they say, okay, I want it that side, are you able to?
One day we'll be doing the Grammys, we'll be doing...
Who knows, eh?
The sky.
Barring your mouth, what? Ears, what?
Yes, got you.
God is listening.
Manifesting all the things. Ladies and gentlemen, Nono Skosana of Nono Events. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay. Hello and welcome to Hikima Council's Makala podcast channel. Makala, meaning branches, Kasisutu. My name is Amanda Masondo, and I'm your host. We hope this podcast finds a way to impact, educate, and inspire your next. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Buzzsprout.